Hey guys, it's JR right here. Today let's talk about how to be happy scientifically. You've probably already heard of the most popular class in Yale University within its 317-year-old history. 1 out of 4 Yale students have attended this class called Psychology and the Good Life. Sounds like something I would sign up for if I were back in college and if I could make it into Yale in the first place. Psychology and the Good Life is taught by Professor Lori Santos. She's a professor in psychology. She doesn't just teach in class though, she actually lives on campus with the students so that she has a good picture of what campus life is about these days. But what she found, she wasn't happy about. Yale students are extremely privileged. They have all these abundant resources, opportunities. Their future is literally shining bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Right in front of them. But how they react to this is with anxiety. They're just too stressed out to even enjoy life on campus. And the thing is, it's not just Yale. This is a widely seen phenomenon across all schools, all organizations, all workplaces, all ages, and I bet it's even worse here in Asia. So today, let's talk about how to be happy with a good life. Now, this is a whole semester's course at Yale University with all sorts of practices. You can also get it free on the internet, which is a free condensed version of it, maybe 30-40 hours, I think. I viewed the crash course, which is a 1-hour lecture on YouTube. So this video is like a crash course of a crash course. How would you put it? Crash course? Crash course? Anyways, the course is based on 2 domains of psychology. The first is positive psychology, which is basically research on what happy people do to become happy. And then there's the second domain, behavioral change. Now that you know the theories of becoming happy, you have to actually alter your behavior in order to make a change in your daily life. The course puts it down into 10 insights. The first 4 points are the psychological theories and the rest are the actual practices. Today we'll talk about half of these insights starting with the theories and we'll give you a heads up on the actual practices starting from point 5. As for the rest, we'll leave it to the next video because we don't want to make this video too long, right? So here they are. Number 1, we can control a lot more happiness than we think. This is gonna surprise you, but according to research, 50% of our happiness lies within the genes. In other words, we get it from our parents. Wow, like 50% of that is quite a lot. I'm pretty happy that my parents seem like to be quite happy people, I think. But if you see it the other way around, we actually get control over the other 50%. It's kind of like seeing the glass half full or half empty, pretty much up to you. And that 50% is the area where we can work on. Number 2. The things we think matter a lot about our well-being are usually overestimated. Now we've got 50% of space to work on now, right? We're thinking of getting rid of the bad things in life, bringing in more good stuff, good in, bad out, simple logic. But research shows that either in good or bad circumstances, the positive or negative effect only lasts for a short amount of time. Say for example, people who've won the lottery, they go bonkers on the day they've won. Like who wouldn't? Or else give me your money. Like, give me your money. Money. But that sort of happiness only lasts for an average of 6 months. After that, their happiness level is indistinguishable from controls. So in other words, these things, material, money, a promotion, college admission, a boy or girlfriend, these might have a certain degree of influence over your happiness, but the influence is way smaller in proportion than we think, and it lasts way shorter than we think. So what are the crucial factors to happiness then? We'll get to that soon, but first, walk with me. Number 3, becoming happier takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of daily work. Namely, you gotta walk the walk. You can't just talk the talk. Just by watching this video alone won't make you a happier person, and that is a guarantee. Imagine yourself going to a class on exercise. You wanna get fit, you wanna build those muscles. You don't grow muscles just by attending class alone. You grow muscles by attending class, learning the basics, the knowledge, the know-how on how to get your body fit, and then putting it into practice, not just once, but repeatedly every single day. That's how you get fit. And it's the same in pursuing happiness. First, well, we gotta sit down because I'm getting a little bit tired. First, you gotta learn the basics, the know-how, the positive psychology on how happy people become happy. And then you gotta put it into practice in your daily life. That's how it works. And that leads us to number 4. Let us just recognize that the mind lies a lot of the time about what it means to be happy. Our minds forecast on what will make us happy, but oftentimes the fact is we don't turn out as happy as we assume we would be. And the most obvious example would probably be the expectations of happiness coming from our salary. According to research in the US, if you are below the poverty line, there will be a significant bump up in your happiness level if your salary jumps up from $10,000 to $20,000 US. But from a certain point on, that effect levels off very quickly. We think that if we get twice the salary or twice the material possessions than we have now, we will be twice as happy, right? But wrong, that is a wrong assumption that your mind is telling you. I think it's fair to say that material can bring you happiness, but at a very, very basic level. And beyond that, happiness relies in other factors in life. So far we've shed light on the 4 theories. First of all, number 1, 50% of happiness is inherited in the genes. But on the other hand, that means we have control over the other 50%. Number 2, either in good or bad circumstances, the positive or negative effects only last for a short amount of time. Number 3, if you want to be happy, you gotta learn the know-how, and then you gotta walk the walk. Number 4, our mind lies to us about what it means to be happy, so you gotta quit chasing those delusional thoughts. And starting from point 5, these are the actual things you can do to boost your happiness in your daily life. So number 5, very happy people make time for social connection. Happy people tend to spend more time with family, close friends, loved ones. They prioritize spending time with people they care of. What's funny is, according to research, even interacting with strangers can boost up your happiness level. And this really strikes a chord with me because, you know, the essence of my work doesn't really give me much time to hang out with people. I do have some friends that I regularly do sports with or go out to lunch or dinner with. And whenever I have an appointment in the evening, it gives me this great momentum to work even harder during daytime because I'm looking forward to something good in the evening. It gets me all pumped up. But even when I don't have plans for the day, I don't have an arrangement with someone, what I usually do to recharge my batteries is I take a walk outside just to get a feel of people. Because when you're around people, you feel this good feeling inside of you. I don't even have to literally talk to someone. Actually, I'm quite of an introvert, so, you know, striking up a conversation with a stranger, not quite suitable for me. But as I said, just by being around people gives you this good feeling. And that is not something that can be replaced by social media. If interaction on the internet could boost up your happiness, then I'd be affluent in happiness because I get tons of mail and messages from my fans every single day. Thank you guys for the support, by the way. Love you guys. But just saying, you just can't compare it to real life face-to-face connection. And that's why I urge you to put down your phone and hang out with real people. Social connections is a crucial factor to happiness. So that's about it for this episode, and we just covered the first 5 insights on Yale's most popular class in history on how to be happy. And we will be back with the other 5 insights in our next video. As I said, this is just a 7-8 minute video. We can't cover it all in detail, but this is just to give you a brief summary of what it's like. If you liked the video, remember to hit that like button, share, subscribe, leave a message down below, and if you would, support us on PressPlay, pressplay.cc/Jrlee. Thank you guys very much. See you guys next video.